Dear children, so now you have entered class 11 and you have taken physics as an important subject of yours. In fact, the more you put yourself into this very interesting subject, you are going to move ahead towards a wonderful career, I must say. And with every new unit, you'll find physics more and more interesting. To start with, in class 11, we have the first unit, and that is unit and measurement. We need to first address this very fundamental concept of measurement and different kind of units that we use to explain different physical quantities. For example, in case if I say, what do you think of the height of this building? You can see a particular building over here, and if I am asking you, what do you think about the height of this building? So you may say, it's a huge building. It's the biggest building in this whole region. But that doesn't give a correct explanation. In case, if you can tell that the height of the building is 300 feet, it means you are giving an information which gives a satisfaction to the listener. Your information is of exact kind. So that's what is the need of measurement. Physics is called an exact science or the science of measurement. Until and unless you can measure something what you are talking about, you are not explaining it well. Your explanation remains incomplete until you measure it well. For example, you are talking of different persons, you are talking of their weight, and it may be underweight, it may be normal weight, it may be overweight, it may be obesity. But still, if you want to explain it well, then you should say underweight means less than 40 kg. Less than 40 kg. If the weight is between 40 to 50, it's a normal weight. If the weight is between 50 to 60, it's overweight. If the weight is over 60, above 60, so in that case, it's overweight. So that's how we can define. We are explaining the detail about the physical quantity. Weight is also a physical quantity. So you are explaining about weight in number, measuring it. It means you are giving an exact information. Similarly, think of when you are in fever. So you go to doctor, I am having fever. He may ask, what do you feel? You say, I am feeling high fever, or I am just feeling a little fever, mild fever. But that doesn't give a correct information. The correct information would be once you can measure it using thermometer. So all these physical quantities, whether it is length, whether it is weight or mass, whether it is temperature, whether it is time, you need to measure them to explain them clearly. So I have just tried to introduce you with the need of measurement. So physics is called an exact science or the science of measurement. And when we define measurement, measurement provides a standard for everyday thing and process. It starts from, it may be weight, it may be temperature, it may be length, it may be time. Whenever you are explaining it, you are measuring it first. Then you are able to explain it clearly. And think of money or currency. You can't say big money or huge money. You just, in order to explain it well, you will have to say the amount of money, how much money it is. You will have to measure it. Similarly, measurement may also enable us to make decisions on the basis of measurement results. So you can take your decisions on the basis of measurement results. It helps us to compare unknown physical quantities with the known quantities. For example, This has a height of 300 feet and this has a height of 100 feet. So you can compare. Also, without measurement, the final product will be full of errors. The accuracy of the measurement also depends on the accuracy of the measuring instrument. So here measuring instruments are very important. Like, you cannot use a screw gauge to measure the height of a building, and you cannot measure the size of an ant using a scale, or a microscopic thing using a scale. So you need to have appropriate measuring instrument, and also, the measuring instrument should be perfect as per the need of that particular situation. Now moving ahead, I will take some more examples. If I ask you, these scales are used for what? For measuring length. This protector is used for what? For measuring angle. This sand timer is used for what? It's an old method to measure the time pass. Similarly, you are using a clock, that is for time. You can see this balance equality measures. It measures what? Mass or weight. And even this instrument, it measures weight. Then you come to this, you must have experienced it in COVID. You are using it to measure the temperature, and here also the thermometer used to measure the temperature. So just some examples which you are using every day in your life to measure different things. So this statement made by Lord Kelvin in 19th century clears the importance of measurement. When you can measure what you are speaking about and express it in number, you know something about it. So you need to measure and express it in number to explain a physical quantity. And when you cannot measure or you cannot express it in number, your knowledge is meager and of unsatisfactory kind. So your knowledge is unsatisfactory about that physical quantity in case if you cannot measure that physical quantity. So that expresses, that gives a clear description of the importance or the need of measurement of a physical quantity that you are describing to explain any law of physics or any situation of physics. Now, question is how to perform measurement. How will you perform measurement? Say, I want to measure length. So what will I do to measure length? The formula is N into U. Look for a unit, and N stand for numeric value. It means how many times a unit is repeated. That gives you the measurement. For example, if I say length is 5 meter, it means 5 is the numeric value and meter is that standard unit. For any measurement, you need NU, you need a unit, and then you need to find how many times that unit is repeated. For example, in case if you are measuring mass, mass is 10 kg. It means what? 10 is the numeric value and kg is the unit. So 10 times this 1 kg is repeated, and that's how the mass is 10 kg. So to measure anything, we require a unit, or any physical quantity, we require a unit of that physical quantity and then see how many times that unit is repeated. So, if I look at this statement, measurement is a numeric value with certain unit of measurement, NU. We can measure length, weight, speed, temperature and capacity with a certain unit and a numerical value. We can use standard as well as common unit to measure something, and here to measure time, to measure time we can use hours as a unit, we can use minutes as a unit, we can use second as a unit. To measure mass we can use kilogram, gram as a unit. To measure length we can use meter, centimeter, feet as unit. So it is always our choice. So moving ahead, let's talk of a term called physical quantity. What is a physical quantity? It's a term using which laws of physics are described. For example, think of length. Ultimately, length is a physical quantity. Mass is a physical quantity. Time is a physical quantity. Using these, the laws of physics are described. So we call them physical quantities. Similarly, think of speed. Think of force. Think of velocity. Think of acceleration. Think of force. Think of pressure. They are all what? Physical quantities. So all those terms using which we describe different laws of physics, they are called as physical quantities. And it is not so that they are not related to each other. All physical quantities are related to each other. In fact, we have certain fundamental physical quantities. For example, length, mass, time. They are the fundamental physical quantities. Similarly, so we have 7 fundamental physical quantities, and then using like speed. Speed is what? Distance covered per unit time. So we call them derived physical quantities. For example, force is what? Mass into acceleration. We call them derived physical quantities. For example, velocity is displacement per unit time, or it is speed and direction both. It is a derived physical quantity. Acceleration is change in speed divided by time. It is a derived physical quantity. Pressure is force by area. So it is derived physical quantity. So we have got physical quantities are those terms using which different laws of physics described. And among physical quantities also we have got fundamental physical quantities. They cannot be further described. And then we have got derived physical quantities. They are derived from these fundamental physical quantities.